Trouble for Adeleke as Inec resident electoral commissioner exposes Bvas crime performed during Osun elections. Wow. The Inec resident electoral commissioner for Osun State is exposing Bvas crimes that were committed. Can you imagine? So, of course, we know that this is just a machine to be operated by individuals. So the effectiveness of that machine is going to be dependent on the integrity of the people operating the machines. That is the truth. And that is what some political stalwarts are believing they can do to win the election by influencing these INEC staff at the back end to help frustrate the process. It's quite unfortunate. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has said politicians in connivance with its staff perpetrated overvoting during July 16, 2022 polls following the judgment by the Osun State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal that sacked Adeleke as governor of the state. In the video that surfaced online, the Osun resident electoral commissioner Mutiu Agboke on Wednesday, while speaking at the palace of Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Akombi, said that bimodal voters accreditation system (BVS) helped to reveal overvoting during Osun election. Agboke explained that BVS helped INEC to expose those who carried out overvoting on the election day during Osun Guba polls. According to him, let me use this opportunity to educate our people that against the conspiracy theory going around in the country that sequel to tribunal judgment in Osun State that BVS has a problem and is deceitful. This is not correct. That's what he's saying. We did not use BVS to conduct election. We did not do electronic voting, nor was BVS used to cast votes. BVS was only used for accreditation, and accreditation is meant to identify the certainty of those that came to cast ballot. And that is why, against the conspiracy theory, it was BVS that helped INEC to expose those who carried out overvoting on the election day. So it was not the BVS that created the problem that should be corrected. So that should be corrected. He added that based on that ruling of tribunal, we have identified some inadequacies from the politicians, voters, our staff, and our responsibility is to ensure that we cover all these gaps so that the votes of Osun people can speak for them. We have warned very strongly that our staff who will not follow the guidelines shall go to jail, and we are serious about it. So anybody that wants to come to polling unit, people were able to do overvoting. People deliberately bypass the BVS. And hey, that is the issue. So people bypass the BVS. People bypass the BVS, and that is bad. Okay, that is bad. The politicians in connivance with our staff deliberately bypass the BVS. Okay, deliberately bypass the BVS. It was this BVS that exposed the overvoting in Osun election. So with this judgment of tribunal, we have known how overvoting can happen. We are going to beam our searchlight on those staff, and I can assure you that all of us should own the process together. This is the way we can correct these anomalies. Wow. So that is what is happening here. So it is actually clear you are not going to use BVS to vote. BVS is just meant to accredit people that are coming to vote, validate them that yes, they can vote. Then the voting will start. The voting will still be done the normal way, okay? But if they follow that process without issues, there shouldn't be problem. There shouldn't be problem. Unfortunately, what I say here is that some politicians in connivance with the INEC staff and with some electorates, committed the fraud by bypassing the BVS. So it means that the BVS can be bypassed. What it means is that they allowed people who were not accredited to vote. That is what it means. So, and that is the confidence APC and some other people are having, that no matter what is called BVS, people can be made to vote without being accredited using the BVS. So it means that it is possible for that BVS machine to be dumped and then test done the normal way or the usual way that we've been doing it in past elections. And that is actually going to be very, very bad if they do that. Because I know that, first of all, the thugs, political thugs will come to polling units to come and disturb. All right? Instead of snatching ballot balls, they will snatch BVS machines. Some BVS machines are going to get lost. I know that. Some thugs will come with gun and then collect the BVS machine and then say, and then the next thing is people will be forced to start manual accreditation and voting will continue. And then by 2 o'clock, they say it's over so that Inec will have time to collate. Hi, now, wow, this country, we will always look for a way. We will always look for a way to mess up things. So, but the truth is that I'm sure people are going to stay there and watch their vote. Okay? People can stay there and watch their vote. It's not just to vote and walk away. They will stay and watch it until it is over. That is what Nigerians are going to do. And if they do that very well, that might also help to curb what we are seeing. But from what Osun State resident INEC officer is talking about, it means that a BVS machine can be bypassed, and they have just learnt that now. So what they're trying to do is to learn lessons from this, from all the anomalies, close the gap quickly before the general election. Okay, and I also warning that any of the INEC staff that is caught involved in this malpractice will definitely go to jail. That is toothless bulldog warning, because no INEC person has ever gone to jail. So all those are stories. They will find a way to help themselves, to bail themselves out, and to shield and cover themselves. That is true, because once our INEC staff goes to jail, it means his supervisor, the regional commissioners, all of them will be in trouble. That is the thing. So it is obvious now that the BVS machine can be bypassed, because it's not going to be used for voting. It's only going to be used for accreditation. So what if the BVS machine malfunctions? What if the person handling it is not honest? What if hoodlums come and snatch the BVS machine? Does it mean that election will not hold in such polling units? So all of those questions, INEC need to answer them, because we understand that this BVS machine use is in a testing stage. And by the time we use it to do elections, maybe twice in the future, we would have identified all the issues with it, corrected it, and probably move on with it. And the next thing will be how to validate things online too and use internet to vote. Unfortunately, Nigerian hackers are very, very terrible. They are about the worst hackers in the world. Okay? So, Nigeria needs to be serious. All of us need to be serious so that the country can move forward. All right? All these desperate politicians that are coming, they say it's their turn. We need to be very careful about them, because they are the architect of all of these malpractices, and all of this have to be corrected. So now that I, resident INEC official in Osun State, has revealed this in the palace of the Luwo of Iwo, what is going to be the fate of that judgment? Because I know Adeleke will still appeal it, and what is going to be the fate of that judgment? Okay, was INEC not part of this judgment at Osun State? All right, I don't understand what is happening there, because the truth is that if INEC was part of it, all of these evidences would have been presented in the court to enable the decision to be made. Okay, so if how was the extent of investigation expected to be done before the judgment was passed? All of that need to be reviewed going forward. So, right, this is what the resident INEC official in Osun State has revealed. Okay, that the BVS machine helped to reveal or expose the crimes that were committed during the Osun election, especially around the overvoting allegations. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.